It's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Monday, December 11th. Okay, so we have the moon in Scorpio energy going void, of course, at 3:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be locking into Sagittarius energy at 6:12 a.m., which means that we are officially moving into the new moon window. If you want to go ahead, take a listen to that astro forecast that I put out for this event. If you want to download your moon guide, if you want to download your zodiac forecast for December to understand where this is taking place in your life, definitely going to recommend that you reach out to all of those resources to help assist you through navigating these particular energies. We are building towards this new moon in Sagittarius taking place on December 12th. And because of that, we are in a state of darkness. We are in a state of heavy thoughts, heavy emotions in order for us to realize what it is that we're moving away from, what we're closing the door upon. And in the place of those things, planting some seeds, building the framework on what it is that we would prefer to be dealing with instead. So, of course, there's a lot to be revealed in all of those forecasts. So that's, again, why I'm definitely going to recommend that you take a listen to all of those resources. And again, download the Sagittarius Season E-Guide if you haven't already, because this is, again, the new moon of this particular season, the last new moon of this karmic chapter as we are quickly approaching that solstice energy. So there's a lot to unpack, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot for us to think about and for us to emotionally process. So there are 11 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them are going to involve the moon. While the moon is still very much in Scorpio energy, we are going to have a sextile, a positive interaction with Pluto. Pluto, of course, the great transformer, rules over the Scorpio energy, which means that this is going to be very intense. This is an indication that we're having a major breakthrough moment, major aha moment, major intuitive insights being downloaded. There's a lot going on in our inner realm, and Pluto definitely is going to push us into a pressurized situation, a pressurized emotion in order for us to have an aha moment, a new awareness on where it is that our inner realm is changing, is transforming, is bossing up to new levels of awareness, of intuition, of emotion, especially feeling more in control and more in power. So this is the point in time where the moon is going to go void, of course, and while void, we are going to see the moon in Scorpio make a positive interaction with the North Node in Aries. This is a good indicator that we are starting to piece together a path, a plan, a strategy on where it is that we would like to move from here. It may be a baby step, may be just a little bit of a silver lining, a little bit of a shimmer, a glimmer of hope, but nonetheless, we are starting to see and formulate a plan to actually move away from some of the aspects that we've identified are no longer resonating with us. And of course, starting to see where it is that we can gain closer distance to some of the things that are now exciting us, inspiring us, and motivating us. Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, even our anger. And Mars, just side note, is the co-ruler to the Scorpio energy that the moon is in. Mars is currently in Sagittarius energy, and we're going to have a positive interaction with Jupiter, who rules over the Sagittarius energy that Mars is currently in. Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He's retrograde in this Taurus energy, really helping us to grow up, helping us to really improve our self-worth, our self-confidence, prepare ourselves for this new opportunity that we're going to be gifted with moving forward to go ahead and start standing in our power, being in control of our own destiny, going out in the world, creating opportunities that we know are going to give us happiness, joy, safety, security, and stability that many of us have been lacking for a very long time. So, of course, Mars and Jupiter interacting in this way, it's a positive interaction, which means that there's a lot of creative force energy coming into our awareness. There's a lot of stimulation going on. We're inspired. We're motivated. We want to do something. We want to take action. We want to make moves. We want to grow. We want to improve. We want to get the party started. We are definitely feeling very positive, very confident, and we're very much looking forward to the next move. But keep in mind, we are in the new moon window, which means that this isn't necessarily a time of jumping into new things, initiating anything new. or even taking action. This is a time of rest, reflection, really a time to unwind and really tie up the loose ends of the past so that we can get the party started on a clean slate. Nonetheless, this is a very positive interaction, will boost our spirits, will boost our confidence, and put us in the right mood and attitude to see what it is that we're excited about, what it is that we are anticipating taking action upon. Again, 6:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon moves into Sagittarius energy. Just about an hour later, we have the moon in Sag making a very uncomfortable interaction with Chiron, the wounded healer, who is retrograde in Aries energy. This is putting us in a situation to really kind of see where it is that the way that we're feeling about ourselves, whether we feel unequipped or unprepared or not feeling safe and secure or happy or joyful, whatever the case may be, we're starting to take a good look at our wounds. Now, granted, with the moon in Sag, we can put a positive spin on pretty much anything. We can pluck out the silver linings, but sometimes we have to examine where it is that we're not feeling so hot, not feeling so strong, not feeling so confident in order to flip the script and really build ourselves up in a much better way. The moon is then going to get into the boxing ring, square off, fight it out with Saturn. Saturn's the Lord of Karma. He rules over roles, responsibilities, systems, structures, foundations, willpower, discipline. He's in this Pisces energy, really challenging us to stand in our beliefs, to stand up for what it is that we believe in, for what it is that we're dreaming about, for what it is that we want to build and create in our lives. But of course, we have to tap in to a new perseverance, a new discipline, new willpower in order to actually see that through. Now, this is a little bit of a tougher aspect. A square kind of, illuminates the tension and conflict. And right now, the moon in this Sag energy is very hyped up, very excited, definitely thinking the most positive of some of the thoughts and ideas that we're currently percolating on. Mr. Saturn, however, he likes to bring us down a couple of pegs because oftentimes in the Sagittarius energy, we're dreaming too big of a dream. It's not realistic. It's not achievable. So Mr. Saturn, he kind of brings us down a couple of pegs and says, you know what? There's nothing wrong with dreaming a big dream, but it's got to be realistic. It's got to be achievable. And we can't just live in la la land. We actually have to start taking action and physically building the foundation, the structure that is needed in order to house these big visions, these big dreams. Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information communication and how it is that we express ourselves, very, very slow at this pace because, again, he is preparing to go retrograde here on the 13th. He's in Capricorn energy, definitely tunnel visioned on the logical, practical details of our lives. Mercury is going to make a positive interaction, a sextile with Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money. She's doing a deep dive. She's doing some serious shadow work in Scorpio energy. And so lucky for us, this is a positive interaction. This is really going to put us in this state of mind where everything is a little bit more, I'm going to say light and fluffy, a little bit more. Yes, we're logical and practical with our approach, but we're trying to pluck out those silver linings. We want to have fun. We want to connect with the people that we want to kind of share space, time, energy with. There's a lot of pleasantries being exchanged. We're communicating with a little bit more of a direct approach, but with a lot of warmth, a lot of authenticity as well. This is a time where we're kind of more willing to negotiate, maybe even compromise, to meet people in the middle, maybe even ourselves in the middle. And we're kind of speaking out with a little bit more matter of fact to clarify some of the things that have been very foggy, especially with the ever-changing landscape of those relationship dynamics. So we definitely want to put into words what it is that we're thinking and feeling. There is a little bit of an emotional detachment with Mercury in that Capricorn energy, but that's where the matter of fact statement comes in. And so this is definitely a good energy, a good vibe. It's going to put us in a very, very different mood and attitude compared to the previous days. But again, we're in the dark phase of the moon and we are realizing where there are very high highs, but equally we're experiencing some very low lows as well. Lucky for us, this is one of the positive ones. The moon in Sag then going to make a tough interaction with Jupiter, its ruler over this Sag energy. This is definitely going to put us in a situation where, yes, we want to see change. We want to see transformation. We want to see something new begin. But of course, Jupiter, who's retrograde in Taurus energy, we're kind of locked up from going out into the world and being able to kind of stand in our creator energy and create opportunities that we know are going to help us stabilize and be happier and really kind of grow upon some of the things that we've already initiated. The moon in Sag energy, very positive, very confident, but yet in this particular aspect, we're being magnified on where it is that we're feeling stuck, where it is that we're feeling not quite prepared to go out into the world, not really sure what it is that we should be creating, not really sure of the opportunities that we want to be jumping into. So again, we do need to sit in the discomfort and the confusion. If you want to kind of take a good look at what it is that your higher self is asking you to do, but where the fears, the doubts, the insecurities from the ego self is kind of preventing us from seeing that beautiful path forward. The sun, very much in the Sag energy, making a positive interaction with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who is in this Pisces energy. What I love about this is it's bringing forth a new expression of self. Because we've been dabbling with this new version of self, because we're pushing the boundaries of our comfort zone, because we're standing in a new truth, because we're really in exploratory mode, this is a beautiful energy for us to take a logical, practical approach on our ever-changing beliefs, where it is that fears, doubts, and insecurities have been holding us back, where previous pain and trauma kind of dampening, kind of dimming the light on what is possible for us. But the sun shining very brightly in Sagittarius energy, anything is possible, but yet we have this logical, practical, realistic type of perspective from Mr. Saturn, who's putting us in a situation to say, you know what, trust your gut, trust your intuition, dream that dream, but also bring it back down to earth so that we can actually manifest it and bring it to life. The moon is then going to interact with Mercury in a very positive way, which means that our heart and our head are on the same page. Mercury, again, in this Capricorn energy, offers us the ability to see how it is that we can bring some of these visions, some of these dreams to life. And with the moon being in this Sag energy, we're rapidly processing thoughts and emotions on what it is that excites us, what inspires us, what motivates us, where it is that we do want to take action, where it is that we do want to create something new. Mercury in this Capricorn energy, very, very much putting the thinking cap on and applying a system and a structure on how it is that we would actually build towards this vision, this dream, this goal that we're now excited to pursue. The moon is then going to interact with the North Node in Aries energy, and this isn't the most pleasant one, which means that we might have a dream, we might have a vision, we might have a gut reaction on what it is that we're inspired and excited to actually pursue. But what that actually looks like in our physical realm, the steps that we need to take, the system that we need to implement, what it is that we need to tie up the loose ends about in order for us to move forward, we're a little bit confused on that. Again, we tend to kind of lose sight of the smaller details in this Sag energy. So we might know what the big picture is, but we haven't the faintest clue on where to begin in the here and now to go ahead and build towards that vision, towards that dream. The last thing that we got going on here today is the moon in Sagittarius energy making a positive interaction with Venus, who of course is still in the Scorpio energy. This is a positive interaction, which means that emotionally speaking, we are starting to see where the importance lies in our lives. Who and what makes us happy? Who and what is supporting us, encouraging us, making us feel safe and secure and stable, what it is that's bringing us a certain sense of value and worth in our lives, where there's a deeper meaning, where there's a deeper purpose, where there's a deeper connection, especially with some relationship dynamics. Although the positivity, the confidence coming from the Sag energy that the moon is in can put us in an over-exaggerated state of emotion, Venus in the Scorpio energy, definitely keeping us real, keeping us raw, keeping us vulnerable, keeping us authentic to our actual heart space.